Mic check 1 2 1 2. 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 What is happening, Hexagons? What is happening? Gonna be a big reveal tonight. Gonna dox myself. But I figured eventually I'm hoping to meet some of the Hexagons and I'll maybe know their first and last names, you know? Because I've got nothing to hide. In fact, it's more a positive because I might be able to reach more people on LinkedIn. But yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play this particular video. Are you living in the Matrix? And once I get it in position, I'll let this run and I'll go through a couple of articles. And I guess this is my attempt to engage politically in a way that I can, because I'm noticing some interesting stuff. All coming back to the FTX thing and the governments around the world pushing for regulation, but I'm not sure they actually understand what they're trying to regulate against. Alrighty, so let's play this. Are you living in the Matrix?
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. When you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it.
Anybody who believes things that they know aren't true,
I'll complain,
but they'll fight for them. Do you know people that know that the things they believe aren't true, but yet they'll get angry at you and fight for them? There's a weirdness to that.
The Matrix is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth?
They're watching you, Neo.
Human beings are a disease. You are a cancer of this planet. And we are the cure.
Get me the hell out of here!
Welcome to the real world.
I'm not sure you're ready for this, Hexagons. Now I'm sure you are, because a lot of you know a lot more than me. So before I continue, so the next thing that's got me thinking a little bit, that's pretty loud. Now, pretty sure some of you are thinking the same thing about the whole Infura, the whole, like, is it safe to use a flashbot? Like, I'm pretty sure it is. Or do you select from that list that I think another YouTuber was covering? So instead of the Infura, you select something else which is like trusted, and you may not get flagged. You may not get your data scraped. Although some people said it's just an IP address, not the end of the world, because can't track your physical location. But yet, if they have a wallet address, maybe they have a location. Maybe at some stage, if you've ever used like a normal exchange to get your fiat out, if that's something you've done, they're probably going to start compiling mass amounts of data there. Now, the one thing that I kind of concerns me is the whole could they ever, how far will it go back and what will it be used for, is my first question. Then it goes into the conspiracy realm, the imaginary horribles. Well, what if, you know, they made code illegal, like Tornado Cash? What if they made wallets that ever touched that those banned wallets, what if they started sanctioning them? Or what if they started banning those wallets? And you don't be messing around with sanctions, is just my thought. Because that's some serious stuff. Then the question that I was thinking, it's pretty damn fuddish if you ask me. If you use something like a flashbot, which is something I'll be more inclined to use, what if they somehow deem that as a step towards, you know, oh, you're trying to use anonymity on the internet, oh, God forbid. Like, what if they play that card, they being, I guess, whoever's in charge of the internet, or your relevant government that you're sanctioned under, your jurisdiction, what if they decide that, you know, that, I'm not sure, is a flashbot code? Maybe someone can point that out. Because I did see a tweet somewhere saying, can someone please green light this flashbot or changing network settings from Infura? I'm actually in two minds. It's like, do I just not do anything and just leave it as is and trying to learn more about what's going on, and just I'm not going to touch anything? Because my initial thought about the whole thing is, if you log in and if you change the network setting, the RPC settings, like, what if you're going to get logged anyway? And how long have they been logging it for? And how long have other people been able to log? Like, is that absolutely insane? Please, someone correct me. Anyone. Anyone out there. But we do have hey, Spin Bear, what's happening? We do have these articles, right? So this is my attempt to cover and try and engage with some politicians who are pro cryptocurrency regulation. And when you read it, it's really frustrating, super frustrating. So what I've done, this will be a big reveal, Finbear. I'm going to dox my real name on LinkedIn, and anyone who wants to, they can follow me if they want. If they want, it's up to them. Now, it's basically, they're going over the exchanges. They need to be they're pushing for like regulation. Now, I can understand you want exchanges not to run away with everyone's money, but at the same time, I'm trying to point out to these people, not your keys, not your coins. People warned, a whole backstory that most hexagons are pretty well versed in. Now, instead of going over all of this, I will show you what I reached out and followed this particular person on Twitter, and I also followed them on LinkedIn now. And when I see them tweet stuff, I'm going to try and engage with them, and hopefully they don't block me, you know. But this article then led to this article here. Basically, crypto is complex and volatile, should be regulated by, you know, people are like pushing, so media is reporting on this and saying it should be, you know, it should be regulated. And I'm like, oh my god, seriously. And I'm trying to get them that message, and I'll show you in this post. And they're not talking the correct language. Like, they're saying the crypto market broadly, man, these emos won't stop. They're like the crypto market generally, they're not breaking down like an exchange that people signed up to and gave away their assets and like injected the third party risk, and they literally gave their assets away to this third party, and then they did whatever they want with them, and they can't even produce on-chain data, and they didn't even have accounting teams. What were they doing? Where's their on-chain data? That's the whole point of on-chain data. And then to hear these media outlets talk about it. Yeah. And then you hear the politicians, they're starting to, like, it's like an attacking vector. So they can go, oh, this other government is not doing this good enough. They're not pushing for more regulation. We could have saved everyone. And it's like, dude, listen to what you're saying. So this is what I said. This is what I said. So the person I'm talking about is a senator here in South Australia. I tried to reach out before, but I'm not sure what happened. Basically, he found out there were these Chinese banks operating within Australia, and he presented it could be a national security risk if they're allowed to operate with a digital yuan. Basically calling for some inquiries into what's going on with that. So that was pretty interesting. He actually listed these 10 Chinese banks operating in Australia, and if they're creating this their central bank digital currency and operating and exchanging that for fiat, then I guess that's a way that their central bank digital currency is already being rolled out and being injected into the economy. So people were 1 of 1 and 2 of 2. Now, I put the picture. What was SBF lobbying against DeFi? What would have prevented this DeFi? What exchanges already published real-time proof of reserves DeFi? And what will US regulators try and shut down DeFi? Further, what will Australian what's this Australian politician trying to shut down? Without even knowing it, they're just pushing for more regulation. They don't even know from what I'm understanding, what exactly they're trying to regulate. Like I read somewhere they're trying to regulate just basically regulating all stables. I'm like, and that's because of the whole Luna thing. Okay, so that is pretty frustrating because I can see why they don't want. I think they said they wanted to target algorithmic stablecoins, and the first thing that came into my mind was DAI. But the first thing that came into their mind was Luna. And so someone like a Hexagon watching this information being talked into the public by politicians and regulators or both, it's very frustrating. So I'm trying to reach out to these guys and be like, look, I understand, like, you think you're doing the right thing, that's cool. But look, people need to understand this basic concept. Not your keys, not your coins. People literally gave up their crypto to a middleman exchange who, to my knowledge, cannot produce on-chain data explaining what they did with the crypto that was given to them. Talking about, Celsius, FTX more specifically, and then other exchanges that this is happening, Now went on to say, injecting counterparty risk on their assets while giving their assets away. Shake my head. And then they've got a thing here, they're talking about token mapping for greater regulation. Again, I'm like banging my head against a brick wall because I'm reading this and going, what do you mean token mapping? You're talking about mapping out tokens that are on a blockchain. So they're going to spend, my understanding, they're going to spend taxpayers' money to get a whole team of people together to read the blockchain on-chain data. And I'm like, hang on. You're going to spend money to do that. And that's the whole point of the blockchain and the on-chain data. So I wrote, as for the token mapping, again, this is their political opposition. So I think this guy's in the Liberal Party, and the Labour Party is currently in power. Basically, are talking about creating a token map, and then this guy's ripping into them because they're like, see, we need more regulation, because if we had more regulation, then we could have saved everyone from FTX. And I'm like, dude, like, do you even know what you're talking about? So I put here, as for the token mapping I'm hearing about, people do understand on-chain data on the blockchain. The exercise sounds like a waste of taxpayers' money. Please ensure to differentiate between basic crypto concepts before making it public, because experts in the field will take note, as it is quite simple. It makes for a stronger, more logical argument for a third party with knowledge observing. It goes on, part 2. Of course, it's backwards. Part 2 of 2. Further, because I couldn't fit it all in one. I was going to send him a private message, but I thought, I'll put it out there. Support 2. Further, it is frustrating to see because people warned of the dangers and risk of keeping/giving one's assets to another third party like Celsius and now FTX and other similar exchanges. Some people listened, like myself, and was able to not get wrecked in this crypto contagion. Many, however, did not listen. I attached the image below to summarize what I currently see unfolding. Yes, it is good to, and this is my closing argument. Like, I'm trying to get to them. What's happening, Tin Top? This is the reveal, the mega doxing of myself, which at this point it's not that bad because hopefully, as I was saying, we all get to know each other on a first name basis at least. I'm not fussed either way. I'm not doing anything wrong. I used to have my Twitter as my first name before it got actually banned, but I got it back, so I had to change my name on that. So, yeah. I'm just going to roll with it for now because it is what it is. But yeah, back to this. Again, it was just like game thinking through my head, like, you could just go by an alias, never reveal yourself. But then, I don't know. There's something about that that's not as trusting. Because when you see public figures, generally they're not, unless they're like a rapper, maybe, or a musician that has a certain name, you're not generally seeing their real name, but you're seeing like their stage name. But if you see some expert in the field, they're not usually hiding behind an alias. So it's like, I'm the crypto expert, free speech. It's like, yeah, I don't know if people are going to listen to that. But yeah, anyway, sorry. Off topic. So again, I placed in the comment section because I want everyone on LinkedIn to be able to see this. And if this person, like politician, decides to block me on Twitter, I can still reach through LinkedIn, hopefully. There's no reason to block me on LinkedIn. Again, this is quite logical. And usually I can write a more readable, presentable report than speak to them because I don't have access. I can't call him up and be like, hey, Mr. Bragg, this is what's happening. So I attached the image below, and yes, this is my closing argument because I can see they're trying to protect people from getting scammed, which is fine. That's cool. I don't care about that. I don't want more regulation because we're from the government and we're here to help. Just is ringing in the back of my mind as soon as I hear that. But what I'm saying is, if they're saying they don't want exchanges to pop up and just piss off with everyone's money like FTX was doing, then I'm guessing it's like a necessary evil. Because I can't think of any other ways to get fiat in and out of the system. At some point, if you want to get your fiat out, you probably have to go to you probably have to dox yourself. You probably have to KYC at some point. I don't know. I'm not interested to find out other ways, is my point. Others might disagree against that, but like I said, I'm 100% legit. I can't wait till my tax returns have big ass numbers on them, or like businesses or whatever, big ass numbers on them, and be like, all legit, low, through crypto, through real DeFi. This is what it can do. And then people are gonna be like, have their jaws drop, like, what the fuck? It's gonna be like, yes, that's right. We didn't get wrecked by exchanges. See, we're clever, you know. We understand what's going on. We have a brain. So yes, my closing argument, very simply, it's not even 1,000 words, this little thing. It's like, yes, it is good to see functioning exchanges between fiat and crypto, because I think it is, because it's like a necessary evil. But whatever these exchanges were doing, like FTX, Celsius, shit like that's getting caught up with contagion. We're investing in these other exchanges, like layer upon layer, like Bernie Madoff style, SBF style, FTX style, reportedly. But whatever these exchanges were doing, whether it was leverage trading or basically lack of accounting for the assets held, that is not acceptable. It's not acceptable, I thought. Especially when it affects so many people globally as they go under. So, yeah. I think that's pretty logical. Like, because I bust my ass to do everything right, you know? And then I see this shit go down, and then I see them pushing to have DeFi, like whatever they're planning on doing. And then I see the Tornado Cash, the addresses being doxed. I see Celsius doxing their addresses. I'm seeing code being sanctioned, like actually sanctioned. And like, you don't want to mess with sanctions. I'm like in the level of like risk, like sanction is like really high in terms of like flags will be popping up everywhere. People do this for a living. They like hunt people down to like bad people, you know, they do bad things and that's how they get caught because they got to move their money somehow. And I guess that's the excuse. It's like, then the argument is, oh, you're not doing anything wrong, so you know you have no qualms with just doxing all of your shit. It's like, nah, hang on, wait, just wait a minute, because we can all see, well, I can see, if I had a business and I wanted to pay other people, and cryptocurrency was at that level where you could pay other people, you don't want to be doxing your addresses. You want the anonymity, like when you, in essence, go through a credit card or a bank account. When you pay someone else, they can't go into the bank and ask for all your details. They can't go in and ask, like, how much does this person earn a year? Or where does their income come from? It's none of their business. So I don't understand why it's so shocking when people in the cryptocurrency space point out to do real business in the real world, you might need privacy at some point. But maybe that's later on down the track because people are still getting their head around this whole FTX thing. They're like, we need more regulation. The opposite, then they're screaming at each other. Oh, the opposition, they're not protecting the Australian people hard enough. It's like, hang on, but that's a good talking point, right? This is my thoughts. That's a good talking point, but someone with knowledge watching them speak can pull them up and be like, hang on, what are you talking about? Are you talking about an exchange who allegedly defrauded millions of people? Or are you talking about someone engaging in real DeFi who has all on-chain data, who can explain where everything is going and what it's doing? Like, there's a difference there. But then they're just getting confused. They're like, oh, it's crypto and it needs to be regulated. And I'm just waiting. I can see it coming now. Well, actually can't see it because I think like myself, other people can see this and they're watching with their jaws down going, what are these idiots talking about? Like, they're not even differentiating between different, like a stablecoin and how it functions. So they'll have someone say a stablecoin. So then someone has to look up what is a stablecoin, and then they have to ask those people, and those people are like, this is this type of stablecoin, this is this type of stablecoin, this is this type of stablecoin, and then they're trying to relay that message back to the people saying they need regulation on the stablecoins, and then they realize, hang on, we don't even know, like we need to token map everything before we talk about regulation. And it's like, hang on, you have the on-chain data. What more do you want? It's just incompetence, pure incompetence at this point. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on this matter. I'm hoping this whole Infura thing is not like leading to something else. Because as I was saying before, yeah, it's the land of the blind. I think it's the blind leading the blind, and the blind are the ones trying to make regulation, and the few that are like able to see what's going on. Like, so I played that Matrix video before. They're like saying, "Hang on, this is what actually is happening. We're the experts. We know what we're talking about. We like hexagons have been proven time after time after time. Like, this is a thought I had as well. If imagine if people were allegedly hexagons and they pulled their funds out and went into FTX or into Celsius or something, and then they got wrecked because they held their funds in there. That would be pretty interesting. But I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be being advertised if that was happening. I don't know. I've seen no evidence of it, but I just thought there's a possibility. Could have happened that we wouldn't know about. But yeah, as I was saying, like time after time, like Hexagon's trying to do the right thing. We like try and just teach, like keep people informed. It's not providing financial advice. It's like literally saying, you know, you might want to understand that if you give your asset to someone else and they have it, and then it just happens to be there's all these other crazy people in the community that will have all other like coding experience or IT experience and all like a vast range of experience and knowledge. And it's like, this is how we use a type 1 communication tool to create this discourse, to build up the information, and then we can stamp out bad information. Maybe not promote's probably not the best word, but then you can talk about good ideas. And why should that be censored? Why should your speech be censored if you're talking about a good idea? I don't think it should, especially when we're seeing SBF lobbying against DeFi. And what would have prevented this? DeFi. And what exchanges already published real-time proof of reserves DeFi, and what will regulations try to shut down? I'm pretty sure it's going to be targeted at DeFi because of their lack of understanding. That's what I think. And again, the whole RPC thing and Infura collecting IP addresses has me bugging, because I feel like, I'm not sure how to explain this. Again, I don't have any, like I said, point out if I'm wrong. If a flashbot could be deemed code, I'm not sure. What if some arsehole comes out and decides, but what if someone comes out as an uninformed individual comes out, who's very intelligent, by the way, comes out and says that a code that is causing anonymity could be deemed like, I don't even want to finish the sentence, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's why I'm just sitting on the fence going, what the fuck, man? It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Yeah. And then the exit and entry points, they're going to be very heavily regulated, again, which is a necessary evil. But then I can see an environment for which, I think someone said it before, for which the central bank digital currency is kind of like they're trying to deploy it. They're trying very hard. But so far it hasn't been deployed, which is a good thing. So far DeFi is still functioning, which is good. But we're just seeing hints of things like cropping up, like exchanges are going down. And now we hear that using Ethereum mainnet through like one of the most used wallets is beginning to track and trace. And then you find out they track and trace wallets and they sanction wallets. It's concerning. And all this talk of regulation, they could come in with sweeping idiocracy type regulation. So this is the conspiracy mind kicking off, but more often than not, some of these things have some weight behind them. But I don't know. Had to go spam the link. Which link? But yeah. Yeah, the link in the these ones. It's a pretty interesting read, but again, it's Australia based, so it's different to US and other countries. But they're getting very, like they think they're doing the right thing, but then if they don't tread carefully, they can stifle innovation in a big way. And then if they stifle innovation, people are just going to move to, money's going to go where they're best treated. Like, simple as that. Oh, nice. But yeah, that's about it, boys. That's about it. Again, wrapping up, mega docs of myself, but for a good purpose, because again, it's pretty hard to engage with a politician if you're behind an alias. I think I can write better than what I can verbally speak on the fly. You know, good preparation and all that. Not liking this RPEC thing, not liking the logging of IP, not liking it at all, not liking the push for regulation of the wrong thing. I'm hoping, like I said though, also I think there's very intelligent people that understand this, understand that, you know, maybe exchanges need to be regulated to move the fiat in and out, necessary evil, but not actual, like, if they try and regulate everything to death, which is what government's pretty good at, it's gonna stifle innovation basically, and we're gonna be sitting around hoping, praying that Pulse Chain can come and save us before like the the crippling future timeline unfolds. But so far we haven't got the central bank digital currency. We can still buy stuff with our money. We are still free to purchase whatever we want, you know. It's just more and more we're moving towards that authoritarian, Big Brother-esque, you know, surveillance state. Let's get on that yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think that is superior than selecting from the drop down list from Hans Crypto, changing the setting in the RPC. But then, like, I have a slight hesitation to do anything just at the moment, purely because I'm technically speaking from like it's not really a legal aspect, but I guess logically speaking, if they can sanction, if they can different node, or if you can run your own node, but again, I don't know how to do that. If they can say that, you know, code run through Tornado Cash is not favorably looked upon, is there an argument that they can say a flashbot can be used like sort of to run the function to assist with anonymity? Like, it's a very, at the moment, it's not clear for myself. It's like cutting edge where we're at, and seeing this all unfold is extremely concerning, because like I don't want to, like, I'm probably just creating FUD for no reason here, but I'm thinking there could be an argument for using a flashbot, and then the flashbot is like deemed as like some privacy token or something, you know, like something stupid, you know. Now, people that don't understand the difference between exchange and crypto, they might be the ones saying, oh, but people that use this flashbot, then, you know, they were hiding their identity. It's like, nah, man, it's, yeah, I don't know. But if I was going to do anything, yeah, still, I've used the VPN for the longest, but like I said previously, I can remember a time when I didn't have a VPN, and so does that mean all my addresses back then were logged? Maybe not by openly admitted by how it's been logged now, but somewhere was it logged? And then those addresses can be tied to exchanges. And for what reason are they gathering all that information? And how are they going to use that? You know? I don't know. What do you guys reckon? Do you reckon flashbot? Or, like, do you reckon there's anything behind flashbots being used, and then someone could come back and say that it was deemed somehow that it was used to hide your anonymity? I'm not sure. The other alternative is to do nothing, and every time you use everything, still have your IP logged, run it through a VPN, and just have it sitting there, just waiting for it to get doxed into the real world. But most likely you've been doxed anyway, because you've probably at some point taken any amount of money out, in which case they can then go after your like real world money, that fiat. If you, I don't know, just randomly, in some cases, like I showed an article a while ago, some person had this money and the bank just came in and pff. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. I'm not touching anything for a while. Just to let like the dust settle, just to figure out some other. There's got to be some other people in the Hexagon community that can speak on the whole like whether or not they can see any risk in using a flashbot that could be then deemed in a similar light as privacy coins and or code similar to Tornado Cash. Now I know they're very different, but you know what I mean? Because if the flashbot can hide your IP, then it could be said, oh, it's hiding the IP, you're hiding something. And I don't know where the whole regulation's going, where they want to, like, who told them to do this? Like, was there some chats going on in the background? Again, this is pure speculation, that they were, like, what brought about this move to actually collect this data? Was contact made with whom and why? And usually, you know how, like, when you're building a car, well, you might not, I don't know. And you build, like, they build the model and they have, like, the section for, like, say, the door handle, but they've already got built into it the section for the next genus model. And so when they upgrade, they just, like, punch out a section and it's ready to go. And then they upgrade the machine and it's already in place for the next few models, like, of that same model of car. That's what has me concerned. Like, why are they collecting this? Why Ethereum? Why? Is it just because we should all be running our own nodes? Is it just because we should all be using Pulse Chain? Or is it because, you know, is it because, yeah, I don't know. Because if Ethereum keeps going down this path, like, yeah, and I don't want to say that because, you know, I think it's good holding your own crypto and you've got your on-chain data. You know, you can hold it. Just don't give it to the exchanges. You hold your Bitcoin, hold your Ethereum. Don't give it to other people. Yeah, I wish I knew, man. Was there a template for petitioning? Well, I don't think there is. I've just, where I can, I've seen, like, there was an open discussion with the crypto community. I think the tax community as well. And it was like, you can send your letter in proposal what you think about XYZ. And I thought, well, if we don't do it, then some other arsehole is gonna. And they might not have DeFi in their best interest or crypto in their best interest. So to me, where you can, I mean, what's to stop you calling your local politician? Like, I could call this guy and be like, yo, bro, try and get through to him, you know. Maybe. I tried to send him an email with a similar sort of petition explaining my position. But whether or not that makes it anywhere is hard to say. Because, again, I'm not into politics, but maybe that's something we should try and get involved in. But yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, but then it's like you'd have to be somewhat organized in terms of what it is you're saying, because you could just issue garbage to them. Just be like, oh, you know, we don't want the sky to be called blue anymore. We want it to be called green. And they'll be like, what is this shit? And if you just petition them randomly, like what would you petition them? Like, is there any bills or legislation you're for or against, or would it be you just letting them know what's going on in the crypto space? And I think trying to let them know what's going on in the crypto space, and then have them, I guess, not speak on your behalf, but if you find out that they're presenting good legislation or bad legislation, maybe you can provide them feedback and say, you know, I think this what you said is a bit wrong, or this is right, or I support this, I don't support this. Maybe if enough people get together, contact their local, you know, politician, and explain this to them, like the pros of why XYZ is good or XYZ is bad, or you know, like literally our free speech. Like we can get our free speech to the congressman and they can hopefully do something, because I don't want these Biden bucks coming. And without trying to make these videos, without trying to contact real world people, nothing's going to happen if we just sit around and wait for the next person to do it. Because if we're not doing it, no one's going to do it. So peacefully, politically, legally, and lawfully, we may have to get involved somehow to influence the future, no matter how small it might be. But yeah, I don't know if there's a template for petitioning politicians. But yeah, I don't know. Again, this would be also relevant to your part of the globe. Yeah. If you can get to them and just say, look, why are you trying to regulate against... I think if you could get to any politician and talk to them, email them, call them, whatever, and just say, look, this whole FTX thing, why are people lobbying against this DeFi stuff when this DeFi stuff could have helped stop all of this? And DeFi provides, you know, real-time proof of reserves, and what the FTX didn't. So if the regulation you're trying to push would be to try and shut down DeFi, logically that makes no sense. And I found more often than not, if your logic is correct, you'd be pretty in line with the law, because it's not often the laws are logical. Yeah, not often. But yeah, again, not legal advice, not any advice. This is my political free speech, which I still have here in Australia, luckily enough. And I think the whole world, I'm pretty sure the whole world has political free speech. I mean, the US has got First Amendment, and other countries that are tyrannical do not have the free speech at all. But political free speech, I'm pretty sure most countries should have somewhere, because they have the right to say that, you know, this politician sucks, this politician's good, whatever. You can say whatever you want within reason. Yeah, no, that's about it. That is about it. Hoping if I see any more stuff come out from this guy, I'll just keep trying to contact. We'll have a look at some Twitter. I won't cover SPAs, and then I'll wrap this one up. What do we got? There's not much. Could look at the whole... nah. Like, crypto's down, we can see that. So now's going to be the time when people are going to show their true colors and be like, they're for this, they're against this, or whatever. It'll be good to see people's true colors come out. Especially when people are being hurting. Now might be a good time to climb up that t-shirt ladder. That's what I've been doing Uber Eats. Try and rack up some cash, some capital. I refuse to sell, like, at these levels, I just refuse to sell anything. I'm like, no, I can't justify it. Like I said, I've always said I'm not a big player. This is in an unofficial manner. Political free speech and all. But like, yeah. Oh my god, and we got like someone in the chat. No. I must be on target if I got people in the chat spamming. Really? Damn. That's funny, because I would have thought they would have had political free speech, you know? Because we have, like, in Australia, we actually have the political free speech, but free speech we do not have. Free speech we do not have, but political free speech we do have. But then again, I think, not a lawyer though, I think political free speech is pretty good, because politically, you can is everything. You can cover almost everything, you know? I have to, maybe. I'm surprised, man, there wasn't even any bots in here. There's not this one. I love this guy. I have no idea who he is. What is this one? Rothmus. Hillary Clinton in a picture here of a Twitter account. My husband called Sam Bankman-Fried a friend. His impending suicide will take a heavy toll on us all. Okay, that's pretty dark. I don't know if this is real, man. Jacinda Ardern partners with Bill Gates to roll out digital IDs. Oh, I hope not. Wow, 3 countries. And only 3 countries have a Second Amendment right to bear arms. Yeah, well, that's true. Free speech is 2 words, 1 meaning. I wouldn't dissociate myself further. Yeah, I think the freedom of speech is key in context of the US. Again, Australia, we have political free speech. Yeah, that can't be real, man. Or could, like, Jacinda partners with Bill Gates to roll out digital IDs. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about digital IDs. I just don't like them. I can see how they can be used for good, but I can also see how they can be used, like, to clamp down on your troubled society in times of civil unrest and take away people's freedoms, under the guise of providing them more freedoms. You know, oh, you're free to buy this, you're free to buy that. What it doesn't say is you're not free to buy this and you're not free to buy that. So again, that's just my logical brain kicking in. What do we got? What do we got? Not much, really. Anyway. Yeah, this one's kind of funny. Yeah, no, not much. Not much, guys. Not much. Again, everything's down. Pretty sure people are hurting. Maybe not everyone, but like I would say the majority of people are hurting. We're seeing a push for regulation. I don't think they're correctly understanding what they need to regulate or how they need to regulate it. I think we need to try and guide them and steer them in the right direction. Not that they're going to listen, because again, the answer to the government is generally not more government. Honestly, just wish they would leave me alone, but it appears they're not going to, because as time went on, it became ever so more clear that I'm not going to be left alone. I have to be locked down. I have to take treatments or not take treatments, or if I don't take treatments, then I can't work. And it just went on and 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 on. And then I discovered crypto. Well, I discovered crypto, but then discovered crypto at like a higher level. And then it put me in this position to be able to speak on crypto as sort of a main topic, main expertise. And from a position of greater understanding, thank you to the Hexkin community. So I think we can all do our part to try and steer. We need to take back the reins of crypto and explain to these people that want to regulate it how it should be regulated, if it even needs regulation. Because they're trying to say that, yeah, they're trying to regulate code. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. What else we got? Cheers. Yeah, it's pretty. I could read some spars. I don't know. Mate, I said I wasn't gonna do that though. I just don't know what's going on, guys. This whole RPC thing just got me bugging. I don't like it at all. I can just feel like something doesn't feel right. It feels like they're hoarding us. They're encouraging people to use like a flashbot, change the RPC setting and not be logged, and then questions will be raised. Why aren't you getting logged? Do you not want to be logged? You can't use this wallet anymore. Like, yeah. Oh, there we go. Just in, Greta Thunberg and others to sue. Oh my god. Alright. Had enough of that. Lol. Yeah, no, that's... There's not much going on, boys. Not much going on. We can have a look briefly at Drudge Report. Dogs my IP pretty hard there. It's really strange, man. Like, I've been using a VPN and the internet's not working as well with it. It's annoying. Amazon workers strike across the world. What? What is this? Let's have a look. Oh my god! It never ends, man. Like, oh, okay. Not the Amazon thing. This thing here. Oh, the virus is growing, and now we need to take away your privileges. And looking up information on the internet is a privilege. That's what they could say. Like, that sounds insane, but are you listening or watching the Covert Report? Not familiar. Oh, I can't think of him. I can visualize his face, but haven't watched it for a while. I see it every now and then, but is it a comedy one? Colbert Report. I remember there was one guy who was like, he sort of flipped. He turned into, he sort of was towing the line with mainstream. It might be Colbert. He was sort of towing the line with mainstream in terms of his like talking points, and he kind of flipped on him because he was like, "Hang on, what's going on?" It might have been that guy. See, China Daily. The virus is increasing, and we got to stop the spreads. We got to lock everyone down, and they turn all their social credit score rating to red, and they can't travel. They can't move anywhere. All because of the virus. Which, like, how deadly was it? Because, like I said, my elderly parents got it. Both of them. One of them got it, and the other one contracted it. They didn't have bad symptoms. They both recovered. There wasn't 100% kill rate on them. 100% survival, actually. But, yeah. What's the channel? ADV China or the streaming channel. Ooh, that's interesting. I'll have to check that out. See, look, Beijing on edge as city adds new quarantine center. Oh my god. Now, it could be like they could have a new, like some virus that's killing everyone, and that's pretty freaky if that happens because it could be affecting everyone who's not vaccinated or something. But then they set up the quarantine centers, and then if you're in a area and you get those you get put in that quarantine camp, then there was a picture on Twitter and this little kid, man, it just made me so sad to see. Like, it was a family, a little kid was trapped in this thing, like a container type lockdown, and there's like a little glass hatch where the food was coming in, and these kids just like normal, that's becoming normalized. That's just freaky as hell. I want to grow up in that. Vaccinated people now make the majority of COVID deaths in the US report. Doxed again. Yeah. I don't know. It's a big sideshow. It's a big club, and we ain't in it. Is it Glenn Beck? Hadn't followed him. Nah, that was US, I think. Is it vaccinated people now make majority of COVID deaths? US report. First time since the beginning of the pandemic. Great, you know. So what was the point? What was the point of this all? You know, that's really bad. Like, that's what makes me want to read SPARS, but they don't cover this. They just sort of cover how basically they declare the pandemic over. One of the issues they had was shortages of not antivirals but antibiotics, and they extended out the life. Helped with everything. But yeah, it's really strange what's going on, man. The Russia front's been really quiet as well. So what's going on over there? Don't know. I guess the World Cup's on. That's not too bad. Low Lamborghini bus going 152 miles. Yeah, exactly. That's right. That's honestly what it seems like. Like, it's like, yeah. So we're the pharmaceutical industrial complex, and no matter what, you're gonna take our treatment, whether you like it or not, one way or the other, and we're gonna make mad gains out of it. What else? What else? Could have a look at this one, FTX. Kinda. Oh, what's this one? 3.5 milli. Apple's reliance on China grows perilous with chaos. Oh, okay. So yeah, shortages inbound. This is my summary of that without even reading it, so I should probably read it, you know. Yeah. Now, FTX Bahamas crypto empire, stimulants, subterfuge, and spectacular collapse. What do we got? Crypto wonderkind. Okay. Sam Bankman SBF has promised the island paradise a path to financial glory. His meltdown has left some Bahamians worried about ripple effects. Yeah. So, how is this guy still out, man? Seriously, how is he not in jail? Is it what, been proved that he hasn't done anything wrong or something? Yeah. In the US, the summer before drug companies settled lawsuits in the billions they needed to recoup. Yeah. Crazy, man. Just watching this unfold, man. So he's just cruising around. Is this what's happening with SBF? In the last few weeks, SBF stayed in the Bahamas, accompanied by his father, and many of his bankrupt company employees fled. Are you serious? He was photographed. Here we go. Because this is all we got. This is all everyone does. They just focus on, oh my god, we got scammed. Oh, where is he? Oh. And meanwhile, like, they're trying to regulate. And meanwhile, they're like taking all that data. There's like quarantine camps being set up. I'm not sure what's happening on the... Dude, how is he free? What is this? What is this like? Is this real? I honestly, how is this real? So this person's done like Bernie Madoff level stuff, but he's just chilling in the Bahamas now with his family, free. No, like, that's crazy. That is crazy. FDA approves most expensive drug in the world. 3.5 million therapy treats. What? Treats blood clotting disorder. Hemophilia B as a one-time IV. What? That's pretty damn interesting. I guess that's good. Life extension sort of stuff. That's cool. If you had 3.5 million per dose. Damn. I'm not sure how many of them are going to be selling though. Huh. It's pretty damn interesting though. Alright, I better close this one off because at the moment I am just randomly going through the net. This is me and my day. Just I haven't been on the internet all day. So this is my daily fix. I won't go on to the InfoWars site because it'll just break my mind more. Oh, fuck it, I might as well. If you're gonna kick me off YouTube, now might be the time. What do we got? There's the forbidden information, the forbidden one. Must not be named. What do we got? Airline pilot suffers suspected heart attack during takeoff. That's great. Police robots may get licensed to kill. Oh my god. Shit. Okay. Police robots may get licensed to kill in San Francisco. That's great to know. Not in China. In San Francisco. I hope that doesn't come to Australia. Biden endorses G20 declaration to censor disinformation. Wow. Great. So if someone comes out and says they don't want to talk about Biden bucks, they're going to get censored. Funny that. Funny. What have we got? We could look at world news. Hey, what do we got here? We got 80-year-old Joe Biden asks reporters if they think he needs a physical exam. Let's have a look. What does he say?
When will you get your annual physical, Mr. President? You just had a birthday.
What the hell? Sure, that was the best that the US could do. Like, I guess it was between that and Orange Man Bad, and this guy didn't even campaign that much, and he still won. So, okay, yeah, cool. This would be a good watch. Biden endorses G20 declaration to censor disinformation. Right, how's he gonna do that? I won't play that. Let's go to the source, which is White House Gov briefing. I don't think you guys want to listen to this one. G20 party leaders declaration. This is when they tell us what they're going to do beforehand. It's just fascinating. Oh, didn't that come through? Hang on. Where was it? Oh my god. This one. Yeah. I'll turn down the it's two-party preferred. No shit. Okay, hang on. I'll turn the music down a bit. And then you go royalty free, copyright free. This one. If anyone needs it, go. Now try and play again. We'll see if that comes through. Hang on. That's why. It's pretty low. Hang on. Turn it up a bit.
When will you get your annual physical, Mr. President?
What do you think I need it?
You just had a birthday.
I've gotten my. I will get it. Part of my physical's already done, and I'll be getting it before the end of the year.
When will you get your annual physical?
Oh, that's pretty good. It was kind of You know, he's forming sentences. That's pretty good. He's doing deep shit. I'll take the job. Oh, crazy. Here we go. CIA seeking to recruit Russians disguised by Putin's war. US says NATO ally directly threatened American troops. Oh my god, here we go. This is the interesting thing. Oh my god. This one's good. US announces another 4.5 billion for Ukraine, days after Zelensky caught trying to con NATO into World War III. So, like, remember they said the missiles hit, was it Poland or some shit? And everyone, oh, it's gonna be war. It's like, no, hang on. Let's just find out what happened. China restricts movement across city as unrest rocks world's largest iPhone factory. Ooh. Let's watch this one, eh? Alright, turn this music down. Oh, that was trippy. They're chanting, freedom! 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 No, I'm not listening to this. They look pissed, man. Pissed. So what do you do with people like that? You put them into quarantine camps and you lock them away. That's what you do. Let's watch this, eh? I've seen this before. See, if only you could control those people. What else we got? Let's have a look at this one. So you can see why the virus is increasing over there. Shit, look at that. Imagine that. You can pay your taxes, so this is what happens. Oh no, you voted for the wrong political party. Let's watch it one more time. Take the jab. Take the goddamn jab. No? Alright, this is what you get. Only like 15 on one. Yeah, the laptop, man. Apparently it was nothing burger, and then now it's something. It's like, yeah, a bit late, you know. Might have been interesting if people knew about that before they voted. Man, that's brutal. And where's that guy going? Like, oh, and they're like, don't film. Look, they realize, see? They're like, hey, don't film. Stop filming that shit. Oh my god, these poor people.
Oh. 这他妈就是不上来，跑个那边的跑来呀，跑几个小时去了。
See, and this is the forbidden information that's horrible to have. The evil info was. Ooh, they're like showing how the CCP is being like pretty tyrannical towards their people. You know. Oh God. I reckon after this one, I'll wrap it up, boys.
Protests break out at Foxconn's largest media report escaped due to lockdown. So that's the breaking update that we're getting. So there's a visual with the authorities at of the protest that's going on.
Man, they look pissed. I would be too, man. I don't want that coming to Australia. I don't want to be locked down. I didn't like those lockdowns. I hated it. Did not like it. Alright, that's about it for this stream. Yeah. Keep lobbying, keep trying to get the message out, because if no one else does it, no one's gonna do it for us. And I can't believe this guy's still free, man. He's just cruising around. That's insane. Thank you so much also for watching, for people who have stayed with me the whole time. Because this one's been a pretty low energy one. Tomorrow, I get to train some people in how to shoot down the line. So that's pretty interesting, you know. Looking forward to that. I may or may not stream because again, I have very limited content just at the moment. Basically, I thought that was the most interesting thing, trying to reach out to the politician, seeing what's going on in the crypto world. It's just a lot of FTX, talk of regulation, encroachment on our freedoms as usual, step by step, inch by inch. And not just here in Australia, it's in America as well, it's in Europe, it's in Asia, it's everywhere. But most notably, obviously, I think obviously is in China, as I showed those little videos of what's happening to the slaves over there. And it's good to know that if you have $3.5 million, you might be able to get the best medicine in the entire world ever. What was that medicine? $3.5 million for one-time IV. FDA approves most expensive drug in the world. $3.5 million therapy treats blood clotting disorder, hemophilia B. Yeah, that's pretty damn interesting, man. Very interesting, I thought. Yeah, alright, signing out. Signing out.